What's up, guys? It's your girl Riva, and I am back again with another video. If you're new to this channel, hi, my name is Riva. It's very nice to meet you. Before we get into this video, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. And as I always say, make sure you guys leave your comments in the comment section down below. It does not matter how you feel about this video. We all want to talk about it. Also, if you're not following me on Instagram, follow my Instagram. It's at RIVAH _JORDON, and we're gonna go ahead and jump right into this video. You guys have requested more and more videos from the It's Complicated channel, and I'm gonna keep them coming.
Guy who maybe sees you in a bar and thinks you're really attractive and wants to approach you without being perceived as creepy.
Don't be creepy.
Do you think it's true women often find attractive men cute and romantic when an ugly one doing the exact same thing is creepy?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't. I think all men are, I assume, the worst. So,
Okay.
I don't see that.
Let me ask you this. Why is it okay for women to paint men with a broad brush as something to be feared, but if men did the same thing to women, it would be sexist?
I think that based on the statistics,
Okay.
it usually is men as the perpetrators.
Let me ask you this. Is it okay for women to fear men when 80% of all violent crime is done by men?
Yes, I mean that's why that broad paintbrush is there.
Okay. How is that different than judging certain races based on statistical data? In other words, why is it okay for women to be sexist but not racist?
Those are. I'm a sociology minor. I'm thinking. The difference between being sexist and racist. Can you ask the question again?
Well, I'm saying...
You're basing something off of statistics, and then you can't say the same thing based off you can't ignore one statistic and go completely full in on another.
That's because it's systematic. It's systematic racism. It's built into our society, and the same way sexism is.
Well, right, but I'm just saying that, there are statistics to back up certain reasons that certain people might,
I would just say it's
racism with
because
broad brush.
racism is more prevalent and has more severe consequences than sexism. Because
And
in our society
well-
right now, men and women are relatively more equal.
Wait.
Than
How
the
is
differences
what the worst that men can do to women any as bad as violent crime of a different race?
Are you interviewing me?
Yes.
This is getting good. Go ahead. Ask your question, then we're done.
What'd you say?
You said, oh well, one's systemic and then the other is
Well, they both are.
Then you said one has worse consequences. But how is rape worse than you murdering someone else?
I would say they're both bad and neither should happen. But I do think murder is worse.
Well, then why does so? Are you saying that one is happening because of systemic racism and the other is happening because of sexism?
She doesn't know what she's
It's a
saying.
lot to unpack here.
Women are painting men with a broad...
She got so flustered that her friend was like, "Hold up, wait a minute. What are you trying to say?"
brush as something to be feared, but if women did that to a certain race, that would be racist. You're generalizing an entire group of people, either based on skin color or based on their gender, right?
Yeah, the world's so fucked up, honestly.
All right, this is an interracial dating question, okay? Are you more likely to see black men dating white women or white men dating black women?
You see black men dating white women all the time. You don't see white men dating black women all the time. So, black men dating white women.
And why is that?
To be honest, I'm not really quite sure. That's just what I see.
I feel like they might be intimidated by us black women. So they might.
The word intimidation that she just used signifies a great reason as to why that might be possible and that might be what's happening. Because there should be no thought of intimidation because you guys are not battling each other. You guys are not competing against each other. And a woman should know that there is no competition between her and a man. So the fact that she's so arrogant enough to say, oh, because he might feel like, we're better, we're stronger, we're, more intelligent. All of these things, basically by saying the word intimidated, shows her lack of respect and esteem for her own man.
Do another race.
I don't see myself dating a white guy, nothing against his race. But it's more about, my bloodline and keeping it pure and black. And maybe if I want to have children, I want my children to be black. Nothing against like
Nothing wrong with
skin
that.
color, race, nothing.
I have two theories,
just
and
my
I want to see what your opinion.
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, a lot of people do that, and they're knowledgeable about that, and they do it for a purpose. That's not disrespectful or anything. There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay. Theory number one is the infamous BBC.
Big black cop.
Theory number two is black women are often perceived to be seen as less submissive.
The BBC. That ain't true. Yeah, cause some seen a whole bunch of a whole bunch of people, black African American men, they ain't packing.
Okay. So you think that's a myth?
Yeah, not all black men are blessed.
Black dudes dating white women because white women love our dicks. I mean, love our penises. My bad.
And what about the theory? A lot of black men that I've interviewed have told me that they perceive.
There was no value in that comment. I don't even know why they put that in there because he asked the same question to that guy about the BBC, but that was just it. That was a pointless comment for him to make because if that's the only thing that you have that is the reason why you're with them because they love that, that's kind of meaningless.
Women are often seen as less submissive.
Because some black women, they want to come off as independent. I don't need a man, blah, blah, blah. Like, sometimes some black women don't want their man to take control, I guess, and they want to be seen as independent. I don't need nobody.
And as we have seen from the previous videos on my channel, if you haven't seen it, it was a video with Kevin Samuels and I think her name was Tommy or Tammy. Anyways, it's on my channel. You can see that it's not just a black woman thing, it's a woman thing that they feel that independence, I don't need a man, who cares about men, it's a women issue, it's like that whole, new wave of feminism, that's an issue across the board.
For black women, we ain't no beta bitch. We alphas up in this motherfucker bitch.
Hold on, but y'all not bitches though, y'all ladies.
Period. And like he said, we're queens. And like he said, we're queens. And at the end of the day, we're alpha. And it's okay to be that. Because if we weren't, guess what? We would be doing horrible. We would be doing horrible. We gotta be strong, or else we're gonna get walked all over on.
Why does so?
Okay, no. She referred to herself in a certain manner. He had to correct her, then all of a sudden she's a queen. No. And then even just referring to, even this term alpha female just kind of like gets me like going. Because like even just that term just doesn't even like make any sense.
Women think that being submissive is a sign of weakness.
Because most women that are submissive get ran over.
Okay, but at the same time, wouldn't you also say that a lot of men that trust their women and, make themselves vulnerable will get run over as well?
Yep, because we got a friend who do it to her man all the time. Drag them through the mud.
And is it possible to be in love without making yourself vulnerable?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's okay to be vulnerable to a man, a good man.
A worthy man.
A worthy man, a strong woman.
Be vulnerable to a worthy man.
A strong man.
But, okay, so saying being worthy to a strong man doesn't make any sense to me. Because that's when, like, people are like, oh, yeah, I will be submissive to the right person. But we wouldn't be talking about the wrong people. Because if you don't deem a man as worthy, should you even enter into a relationship with him? No, you should not. Because automatically, you're not going to respect him. You're not going to esteem him. You're not going to offer any peace to this man's life because you don't feel that he's worthy, right? So I don't understand the whole sentiment of like, oh, yeah, I could be like that to the right person. Like, but you shouldn't be in a relationship with somebody that you don't feel like is the right person anyway. So that kind of like goes without saying.
You have the right to define what a woman is.
Not at all. I disagree with that.
I disagree with that one too.
Okay, so then what gives women the right to define what a real man is?
Just like they have the right to define what a real woman is.
Well, right, but aren't women always saying like a real man should be this and a real man should be that?
Just like men say that. Just like men say that we should be this and we should be that.
We should be able to cook. We should be able to
cook, clean.
Which we should.
All that.
Definitely.
Yes, and I do all that shit.
But at the end of the day,
yeah,
it goes both ways.
Often we do try to define what a real man is, and you know what, it's crazy because we can't figure that out until we live that. Until we experience what a real man is. You know, if we wasn't taught what a real man is, if we didn't see an example of a real man, we don't know ourselves.
We can only go from
like you said, we're making ourselves vulnerable and open to seeing if this person is.
Well, if a woman doesn't even know what a real man is, how do you know whether a man is worthy of submitting to?
Well, we know how we're supposed to be treated. You know, we know that we're not crazy. It doesn't take a book, just like it doesn't take a lot to raise kids. We're not given a book to raise.
No, but you can know, you know, basic standards of the way that you're supposed to be treated. You can know, like, basic principles. Like, obviously, you know what I'm saying, you're not supposed to be getting, like, kicked down and all that kind of stuff, yes. But you can't say that across the board for a lot of other women because a lot of women are filled with delusion. And, of course, obviously, as we know, like, Disney lied to all the women when they were growing up about this Prince Charming, about this, and about how things are supposed to be. And it doesn't necessarily work out and pan out the same exact way, number one. And number two, it gives you unrealistic expectations that are unnecessary and end up, you know, genuinely ruining your relationships.
It's no instructions. So it's no instructions with a man. We obviously knows because at the time, we knows if a man's bullshit, he's bullshit. If it's a man good, he's good. We knows how, because we're going to feel it. It's going to be felt.
Why do women often attack a man's masculinity when they don't get what they want?
They do.
Because they do that to us,
and they're really prideful. So when you do something like that, their pride is
like all of it. Like they hit on us because we're pretty, but then like we're not trying to fuck them. So all of a sudden, like we're not pretty anymore. Am I wrong?
No.
That's a great point. I've heard that before as well. It's like, oh, you won't date me, so now you're ugly, right?
Exactly.
Why do you think men?
Every time.
Why do you think men do that?
Because they're thinking
it hurts their ego.
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay. Do you believe that being in love requires you to be vulnerable?
100%.
Okay. How can you become vulnerable without getting taken advantage of?
I think there's a fine line between taking advantage of someone and loving them. I think it's a hard thing, and losing yourself in love. But, I mean, I'm only 19. I haven't quite figured that out yet, so let's ask the 22-year-old.
You do become vulnerable when you fall in love, but you just gotta take the risk of being taken advantage of and be confident that in yourself, in who you are, and your identity. But love sucks. Let's get that straight.
Okay. And also, by the way, have either of you guys ever had your hearts broken before?
Oh, yes. Yeah, 100%. Right now, bro. Right now. Not doing well.
And have either of you ever unfairly punished a potential suitor based on previous bad experiences?
Not personally.
Definitely.
So what advice would you give to somebody who maybe is like kind of had some bad experiences and, you know, maybe wants to learn how they can trust somebody again and make themselves vulnerable?
I don't know how to trust anybody again.
I mean, so far I think it would be to just not let it go, but let it go. And each person's different, and try. And if it doesn't work out, you're you. Be free.
Live your life, and if it happens, it happens.
If I was with a man...
One thing about those two women, the previous women just now, is that their head is in the right space to get into relationships and to be able to, you know, be cooperative and kind of like follow the lead of their guy and, you know, just be open and not have this wall up. The other girl, you know, she said that her heart was broken, so I think that she gets a little pass for some of the things that she said, just because, like, obviously she's going through something. That's why she said, like, love sucks. Not because she genuinely means it, but just because she's, like, in a bad space. But, like, their openness to new relationships, their openness to love, that's an important key that a lot of people don't have, because they have this, you know, imaginary wall there that's stopping only their own happiness. It's not really affecting anybody else but themselves.
Never beat on me. And then I was with a man that beat on me. I wasn't scared until a motherfucker was beating on me. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like the things that we go through and the situations that we're in that make us. But y'all, we have to prevail. I don't know what y'all race is. I don't know what your religion is, but you have to prevail. Believe in God or whatever you believe in. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to make it through. You need to just not be vulnerable to everybody and pick up on those red flags and stop trying to ignore them and stop trying to make people what you want to make them into, because you already know that's not who they are.
That's true.
What percentage of modern women are marriage material?
Let me be honest. It's not very. It's not very many. You know why? Women are in tune to their body. They're not in tune with running a household. They're in tune to social media. They're not in tune with the needs of their significant other or their kids. That, you know, I'm just going to be honest. The women really is like, fuck men. It's all about me. And I don't know if it comes from the fucked up experience that they've had or...
We're enough. It's enough.
I mean, I don't know.
Okay, wait. Let me just wait. Okay, wait. Can I just finish one more thing? Okay, and one more thing about that.
I don't know why her friend's trying to stop her, because I feel like she's just being completely honest and truthful. I don't know why she's trying to stop her, or she doesn't like the things that she's saying, or she's getting offended. I think she's being very honest and just talking about the people that she knows maybe around her, and what she sees in society, and she should be able to speak. I mean, she's just giving her feedback. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Why then, if that's true, why do we have the expression, where have all the good men gone, but nobody's asking where have all the good women gone?
Oh, they do.
We're privileged. We're privileged.
From where I'm from,
we're the fucking prize. And if women don't know that we're the prize, we're the prize.
That's why she was stopping her, because she is pulling the cord on the opposite way, and this friend is pulling the cord on the opposite direction. One friend is saying, no, we're better, we're the prize, we're the ones who are so important. And then the other one is saying, no, that's not true, this is not cool, I don't know why people are doing this, because a lot of women are not valuable anymore. And it's interesting that they have what seems to be such a close friendship, because usually they say, you are the company that you keep, but that's an unhealthy friendship that they have as well, because if the friend on this side that is, vouching for the men ever goes through something, you can guarantee that friend is not going to give her sound advice. She's going to be like, forget him, we don't need him, on to the next one, let's, live our life, be free, blah, 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 blah. And that's how these whole situations where females do support men, do want to, be submissive, do want to be cooperative, and then they're around a group of people who, misery loves company, who are dragging them down to the mud with them.
Men expected to value all women as a collective, but women don't value all men as a collective.
Oh, hold up. Women do value all men.
No.
Okay? It just really like, certain people don't value, but I value my men. Okay?
Well, no, I'm not talking about your individual man. I'm talking about all men as a collective. That's what I mean.
Value like all men.
I'm saying but don't women often say men ain't shit, men men are cheaters, men are liars, But men are expected to treat all women like queens.
Yeah. No, because not all women queens. Some women
Yo, they came. I don't know how he got these people to talk to, but these people came ready to talk. Right? They came ready, no chaser. Like, I'm ready to tell it exactly like it is. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna hide. I'm not gonna protect. And that's what we need, is people to be honest. And hopefully they're this honest when they're around the people that they know as well.
So why do you think that we have the expression, where have all the good men gone, but nobody's asking where have all the good women gone?
Great fucking question. You know why? Because women, they think they rule the world.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why.
Okay, let me ask you this, right? Why do women often talk about how they secretly run the world, but then also complain about how they're so oppressed?
Because girls are fucking confused, bro.
A real woman can take a homeless man off the street and make him something.
How many women are willing to take a homeless man off the street and make him something?
I can't speak for other women.
Well, how often do you see that happen?
I see it where I'm from a lot. A lot.
You can build that man up.
And y'all can build together.
Okay, but here's the thing. I agree with you, but it's often said, and I'm not saying I made this rule, but it's often said that women today don't care about a man's struggle. They want to show up at the finish line and pick the winners.
I'm not that woman. I can't relate to those women.
Why is it that a rich man would change a broke woman's life, but a rich woman is less likely to give a broke man a chance?
Okay, so now that depends on the person, because you can maybe feel in your heart like, I'm helping this person, getting them off their feet, but once you get them off their feet and they damn throw that person to the side because of how they're feeling, they feel like they done bossed up. Like,
it's because women have that insecurity, because she answered the question with immediate she answered the question out of insecurity and with the immediate thought of like, if you're beneath me, in her mind, like if you're beneath me and I'm helping you, yeah, you kind of need to stay like that because I don't want you to blow up and leave me. That's how women think about it, you know. I don't know. I feel like men view it the complete opposite way. Men feel like, you know, if they like somebody and they have it, you know, if it doesn't work out, it just doesn't work out. We're just gonna move forward. We're just gonna keep it pushing, and then they're gonna move on. You know, women get that thing of, you know, the lack of competition, the lack of, you know, honestly, confidence within themselves that what they are building, or what they've built with that person is strong enough to withstand that person also becoming successful, because they're equating that successful man to be somebody who's not going to be faithful, somebody's going to have more options, and they don't want to be in the position to have to start competing.
It depends on the person, and men get comfortable. Like,
okay,
you know, in the beginning we try to hold you guys down, and then y'all start getting comfortable and want us to take over the role, and then it's just like, okay, well, what are your goals? Why are you still being the same? Like, why are you not trying to level up? Like, I'm not your mom. I'm not here to take care of you. I'm trying to boss up with you.
We're trying to boss up together.
Yeah, like we're trying to do things together, not me doing things for you because you don't want to get out and do it.
I think that goes back to traditional gender roles when the man brought home the bacon, so to say. So, if depending on the woman, if she's conforming to those traditional gender roles, then she would prefer for a man to take care of her versus her taking care of a man.
Okay. Why is it that in the age of independent women, a man's value is often determined by what he provides?
I think it goes back to the traditional gender roles where the man was the provider.
Well, right, but why is it that we've changed everything where it concerns women, but men are still expected to play by the same old-fashioned gender roles?
Well, let me tell you, trust me, they're not.
How so?
Because these men out here, they're not taking care of nothing. They don't even live up to the same standard as before.
Okay, but do you think that maybe there's a reason for that? Could it possibly be because women expect men to be traditional, but women don't want to be traditional women in return?
Yes.
I don't know.
Why is it that it's okay for women to expect men to do traditional things like protect and provide, but the minute he expects a woman to do traditional woman things like cook and clean, it's sexist?
I can only speak for myself. So if the man is providing and handling what he's supposed to do, I can provide from the other end.
See, this is the part. This is the part that people don't like about these conversations. When you can make so many generalized statements about men and about this and about, well, because these men ain't this and these men ain't that, and then when you ask a question, you know, the question is framed to women, and what do you think about how women do this? The answer is, well, I can only speak for myself.
What I guess would be traditional gender roles.
Men have to take their part and play their role so I can be vulnerable in being submissive to you.
Okay. Why is it that a man often has to lead first before the woman's willing to submit, rather than the woman submitting first so that the man can lead?
Okay, but at the same time, if we're just taking it back to just a man being a man, a lion, an animal in a jungle, we know who is, you know, the dominant. If you want to be dominant, if that's what you're saying you're going to be, then do that, and I can be submissive to you.
I've heard from a lot of black...
But why are you even talking about somebody who's not dominant, first of all? And why are you, like, I don't like the circumstantial submission. I think that's crazy to me. I think that's crazy. Like, at all times, so that means, okay, at all times you should be who you are. So if you are not a cooperative person, then all the time you should just say that you're just not cooperative, right? But if you're saying like, oh, well, I can be cooperative if the guy's an alpha male. But if he's not, if you're not going to be the leader, I'll be the leader. That goes to say that you will be cooperative for a very short time with that man who is strong and a leader, but you're going to start competing with him, and you're going to start trying to lead even in that relationship when you have a strong man, because you're not going to be able to turn that on and off. It's just not possible.
And that they perceive black women to be less submissive. What are your thoughts?
Yes, that's true. Very true.
True, because they can't settle for nothing. Like,
okay, now at the same time, why are there so many...
This guy is so funny to me. Like, he speaks from his heart about, like, how upset he is about these situations. Like, it's so funny.
Men in general who perceive being submissive as a sign of weakness.
Probably because they want a mean dude. Like, I don't understand why, like, being soft gets you ran over. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you be mean, I promise you, every girl in the world will love you. Like,
once again, being in love requires you to be vulnerable. So doesn't that require you to be soft somewhat?
That's why I say girls wife the soft dudes and fuck the mean dudes. Honestly,
literally, like
girls don't wife anybody. The men are the one who are wifing these girls. So I don't know what he's talking about.
Trick.
He really thought he did something there. Like he really thought he thought that was a mic drop. I don't understand. But anyways, guys, I love these conversations. You get to hear different perspectives from different people who live different lifestyles, different walks of life, different races. And I want to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. You guys requested these videos, so I'm going to keep them coming. Make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel. You give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not following me on Instagram, follow my Instagram. It's at RIVAH_JORDON. I will see you guys in the next video. I love you guys so very much. I will see you next time.